It's absolutely easy. This Champions League malarkey. Light work, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Oh, lovely stuff. Brilliant in Brussels. In Brussels, we'll be bouncing tonight, full of the Toon Army after they record their biggest ever away win in the Champions League. USG nil, Newcastle United 4. And what a win that is for the Mags. I'm saying it. This is the turning point in our season. Finally, we have seen, arguably, on paper at least, with the money spent on Alanga, our strongest front three. Him on the right, Voltamada down the middle, Gordon on the left. We know our strongest midfield three tonight was there. Joe Linton, Bruno, and Sandro Tonali. And then maybe even our strongest centre-back partnership, our new ones, Chow and Botman. Byrne at left back, not so sure. Once again, for me, he is the centre back and he should be there. But Byrne and Shaw, who have been unbelievable for us for a while now, looks like we are paving the way for the new school. Lewis Hall comes on late in the game. He's our left back. We know, unfortunately, Tino Livramento is out for several weeks. That's been confirmed today. But Trippier, once again, stepping in solid enough. And Nick Pope or Ramsdale? Well, Pope kept his place today and kept himself a clean sheet. But I have to say, that was the best I've seen Newcastle play this season by far. And it's because the likes of that front three finally got a chance to have a good run out together, a good start together, and got clicked together. And we're seeing how much of a threat Anthony Alanga was throughout the game. The pace, the energy, getting in behind, the odd chance, put it into some dangerous areas. And sometimes there wasn't anybody there. But my goodness, we made it count tonight. We were clinical in that final third once we got going. And Anthony Gordon back to his best. And that's why I'm saying we've turned a corner. Because tonight we've got Gordon amongst the goals again. We've got Botman at the back to his best. And we've got Malik Chow alongside him, who looks class, as well as big Nick Voltamada. Now, we did the video earlier in the day off the back of Bayern Munich's representatives saying that we were idiots, that we were foolish to have spent the big money on Voltamada. Well, he's not looking too bad now, is he? Debut in the Champions League, goal. Debut in the Premier League against Wolves, goal. 3 goals in 5 games. But not just that, his overall hold-up play, link-up play, technical ability, first touch, everything was class tonight. He looks brilliant. We've got Tonali in the middle there, who is just elite. He is a world-class midfielder. He belongs on these Champions League stages. He could play for anybody in these Champions League matches. He wouldn't go amiss at the Bernabeu wearing the white of Real Madrid, but it doesn't matter because he's not doing that. He's wearing the black and white of the Toon, and the Toon got their biggest ever away win tonight. 4-0. That's our biggest ever on record in the Champions League, apart from maybe qualifiers and things like that back in the day. But that is our biggest ever win on the road in the Champions League, and we did it convincingly. I'm so impressed tonight. I think Eddie Howe nailed it. Shout out to him. You know, team selection, strategy on point. And to be honest, I expected a bit more from Union Singhalese. I thought they would give a lot more in terms of effort, attack, everything, to be fair, because there were 20-odd games unbeaten. You know, they beat PSV Eindhoven away 3-1 in the opening Champions League fixture. And I know we're thinking, well, it's what's the Belgian league? What's the standard of that? But remember, Aston Villa got beat in Belgium last year of Club Brugge, and USG actually finished above them. They won the Belgian league. So, you got to put respect on these opponents, just because some people may think, oh, who are these? What are these? They're better than that. You got to put respect on these. So Newcastle did that tonight. They had the perfect professional plan, which was executed to a T. And I have to say how good it was to see Gordon back at it, back amongst the goals, giving it one of those, sniper, sharpshooter, hitting the back of net with 2 brilliant penalties. It's nice to actually see the referee in VAR do their job for a change. How often in the Premier League, just a couple of days ago against Arsenal, do we see them not doing the job? Well, in Europe, both were given, both correct decisions, and Gordon slots home the pair of them. Cool, calm, collected. And actually, Nick Voltamata wanted the ball for the second one, and I think it was Trippier that was kind of calming him down and saying, listen, Gordon's going to take it. He scored the last one. And then fair to Nick, he ran over and he was the first to celebrate with Gordon for that second pen. But Voltamata got on the score sheet as well. We originally thought it was Sandro Tonali or an own goal, but it was actually a filthy finish from Nick Voltamata. A delicate touch to hit the back of the net, and that's what he was doing all night. He's just class. He's just oozing class, isn't he, Nick Voltamata? In Newcastle, we're in a cruising to a big Champions League win. Huge that we've got 3 points on the board now in this new format. That will see us nicely in that position once we go forward with the remaining, 6 fixtures. Benfica, Jose Mourinho's Benfica, next for Newcastle in the Champions League in a couple of weeks' time. But tonight was brilliant. Tonight we finally got our act together, clicked, and made things happen. We looked solid defensively, we looked resilient in midfield, and we looked creative in attack. The energy, the pace, the finishing, much better. And shout out to Harvey Barnes, strength and depth there. We've been criticising Barnes, thinking, he's not been at it this season. He's not offering enough. He looks sloppy. He's recently had a ban as well, like me. And he looks knackered. And he looks like he's not giving it. He looks like he's not being able to produce it all on the pitch. Well, he definitely did tonight. And it was a great finish. And shout out to William Masula as well, by the way. I thought his hold-up play was fantastic. Great strength to hold off his defender there. Feed through a fantastic assist to Harvey Barnes, who looked like he took too long on it, but then did get it past the keeper. So I thought the subs worked well tonight. I thought it was nice to see Lewis Hall back in action. We've got to manage Trippier's minutes now that Tino Livramento is injured. We just made a few decent changes. Bailey came on early doors, comfortable. And like I say, Sula and Barnes changing things up in the forward line, but then them actually being able to affect the scoring as well was fantastic for Newcastle. I thought it was just a really convincing, comprehensive Champions League victory. And those lads and lasses over there in Brussels tonight will be enjoying themselves, and rightly so. We have absolutely hammered USG tonight, and we are on our way now in the Champions League. Love to see it. Fantastic stuff. 4-0 winners. We must now carry this on to the Premier League on Sunday. That game against Forest. I'll put your comments on the stage there, people. Shout out everyone that's tuned in. Nearly 600 watching live. Please do subscribe. It's free. It's quick and easy. Hit subscribe and hit like where you are and get your comments in. I'll get back to them in a minute at the end of the show. But we must continue this to Forest on Sunday because, as we know, we haven't got enough points on the Premier League table. So we need to be getting amongst those wins as well. And Forest on Sunday, what a chance that is. Winless under Ange Postecoglou. Really good opportunity for us to get 3 points, round off what would be a fantastic week, back-to-back wins, and then it's the international break. So it's needed, it'll be welcomed, and it's definitely what we should be aiming for. Be interested to see what we'll do with that lineup after a few days. It won't be long before the lads have to travel back and then get back into training, and then before you know it, you're playing Forest 2 o'clock Sunday. But hopefully Voltamata's there up front and can score once again. Because I was impressed with him as well, man. Listen, it's his Champions League debut. He's never played in the Champions League before for anybody. And he comes in and does that. And some people may say, it's USG, it's Belgium. Still a good side. I said it earlier, still a good side. Still got to show them respect. They've beat good teams in the past. They've had 20-odd games unbeaten. So I'm not disrespecting them at all. I think just Newcastle went there tonight and professionally got the job done. Voltamata, brilliant play, brilliant build-up, quality player. Gordon Alanga, real threats on the wings. Tonali in the middle, solid player. He's just so good to watch, isn't he? Fantastic player. And then at the defence, we never looked like conceding, really. Pope had to make one really good save, to be honest with you. But before that, Botman, Chow, tremendous. Rock solid at the back, which is exactly what we want to see. So I am buzzing with that win the night in Brussels. Let's see what you're saying then, people, in the comments. And KK knows the score. Hit the like. It's free and really helps the channel. It does help the channel. If you can just hit the like and subscribe if you haven't already, that would be massively appreciated. Brent, who's been a member for 18 months. Remember, we do give monthly giveaways on the channel. We had loads over the summer. All the new kits we're giving away to members. You can join for as little as a couple of quid and get involved in those. This Champions League is easy. It is. isn't it? Easy, lightweight. It's it is. After the back of having the group of death 2 years ago, and I was there in Paris, I was there in Milan, I was there in Dortmund. Those were obviously some of the toughest places you could go, stadiums, fans to play in front of, and teams at the time. Quality of opposition was right up there. I would say this year it's a bit more even. Obviously, Barcelona at home to start things was tough. It was only Rashford's screamers that really separated the sides, though. And to be fair, I think Baltimore should have started that game, went going down the middle, didn't work, missed a couple of chances. But I have to say that when you look at this kind of format as a whole and the teams that Newcastle are going to be up against, USG tonight, and then your Benficas, Bilbao's, PSVs, we have to fancy our chances. And it feels like, it's a bit fairer this time. We do have a much better opportunity of progressing where you will see us not just come up against the group of death, the biggest and best teams. We still do have a bit of that. PSGs, your bosses have already played. But then having these teams that are, in and around it, it's ideal. That's what we want, really. Do you know what I mean? Jamie out there makes the point. These lot beat PSV 3-1, and we play PSV at home. Hopefully, same again against them. Hopefully, mate. Hopefully, that is the case. Yeah, they did do really well away from home as well, USG, against PSV Eindhoven, who, so that was the Belgian champions in USG going up against the Dutch champions in PSV, and they beat them 3-1 at their place. So you've got to comprehend that. I mean? You've got to give them respect for that. So fair play. And PSV at home, again, it's a bit like the Barca one. It's a Bobby Robson connection and a few other things there between the two clubs in history where it'll be a nice matchup, but one we must surely take 3 points in. But looking forward to that PSV game, but even more so the next game. What is it? I've got my calendar up there. 21st of October. We welcome Benfica to St. James's Park on a Tuesday night. Jose Mourinho. You talk about Bobby Robson's connection. Jose Mourinho and Sir Bobby Robson right there. Lovely stuff. Right then, we'll round things off by getting in, see what a few of you are saying in the comments. Tug there saying it feels like bedtime. It does, to be fair. That early kick-off so funny, wasn't it? Considering normally it would only be kicking off about now or 10 minutes ago. Yeah, the 5:45 gets you, and with the dark nights creeping in now, I was the same. I was thinking, get yourself to bed soon. To be fair, I need it. Do you mean knackered? But yeah, also Jamie out there, the member makes a good point. Georgie doesn't have a great record. St. James, he doesn't. I think he's won there once in the cup and once in the league in COVID times. The Icelandic Geordie says Marseille away is the only game I worry about. Well, I'd worry more about PSG, to be honest. The current Champions League holders. And even then, it doesn't matter. Because as we've seen against PSG 2 years ago, you can be the best team. You can be 1-0 up. But they'll find a way to bribe the referees and somehow manage to get a decision and get a result. So, yeah, I'm definitely more worried about PSG than Marseille. However, I think Marseille were battering the team last night when I was watching the Galatasaray Liverpool game. They were 3 or 4-0 up or something. But, yeah, Marseille away, ugly place to go, hostile. We were there in 2016 for the Euros. That's not going to be easy. So, yeah, we'll wait and see for Marseille and the other away games that are there. Adam, hope you and the family are doing well. Matty had me little boy in his kit tonight. He's 3 weeks old. Nice one, Adam. Congratulations on that. 3 weeks old. Mine's 2 weeks old today. And we had her in her little kit as well, courtesy of Keg. So she was there, fell asleep in the second half. Do you know it was that easy for her? She was bored, fell asleep. But first off, she was involved and seen a couple of the goals. People also mentioned in the comments here how Wissa's coming back. Exactly. Wissa, who remember scored 19 Premier League goals last season. We've still got him to come back into the fold. How big of a plus is that? But I have to say, Asula did well tonight when he came on. And to be fair to him, came off the bench against Liverpool, scored. So, I think it's given him a bit of a kick up the arse. Asula having more competition around him. Gordon, lots of people picking up Gordon for his performance tonight. Noxie saying, I don't even know who gets man of the match. I think I would give that a Gordon. I would give that a Gordon, but I get what you're saying. It could be quite a few. To be fair, Tonali could be a shout. Voldemort could be a shout. Langer even, maybe. Chow, Botman, yeah. But I would give it a Gordon for my man of the match tonight. Anthony Gordon, 2 goals and really back with his best. And the thing is, was it the third or the fourth goal where he wins it? I think it's the fourth, the counter-attack. Gordon wins the ball in and around our box, defending, and then gets it upfield, quick counter, and we'll get another goal. So, yeah, I think he did a lot tonight, Gordon. And he was absolutely fantastic. Maybe he needed that penalty to really give him a bit more belief. USG are a Champions League team on merit and are a solid team, says Joe. How many did Liverpool put away again? Exactly. Do you know what I mean? Exactly. Big up Joe, who's a member as well. But yeah, they deserve to be there. Absolutely deserve to. Winners of their league, beating PSV in their first game. They're a good side. They really are. So I thought we'd see a bit more then, but I think Newcastle were just that good tonight. They were just on it tonight. We were finally on it. And the plan was executed perfectly. Anthony Forrest having a game tomorrow night as well, do they? Wow, let's have a look. I didn't even realise Forrest were playing tomorrow night, but I guess the other drew with Betis last week, didn't they? Forrest, so they should be at home this week, though, so it's a shame they're not travelling. Yeah, they're at home against FC Midtjylland. But yeah, Aaron's looking for his first win. He'll probably get that tomorrow, but hopefully he doesn't get it on Sunday. Aaron here, Tonali, by the way, we need to get him tied down. Constantly class. We need to learn from our mistakes of previous players who we won't mention of not getting down to new contracts. Tonali needs one. I said it the other week, didn't I? Like, I've never known a player just drop class performance like 9, 10 out of 10s. No bother, without even trying. He's there. Chow Botman, as I said at the start of the show as well, as Aaron says, absolutely amazing. And I also agree, Dan Burn's not left back anymore. Was he ever? Yeah, first season he did a very good job there, but for me, he's not the right choice there, especially when Lewis Hall's back now. Dan Burn is a centre-back. What do you expect? Was he 34? Yeah, Burn, quality as a centre-back. Left-back, he keeps getting done a little bit, so he could get caught out. I'm not a fan of him there. I think he should just be rotated with the centre-backs, which we can afford to do now. That Botman and Shaw are looking quality and are back fit. Voltamala has more goals than Tesco and Israt combined. Love that. Absolutely love that. Yeah, Israt last night having a stinker again. So that's what I like to see. It's all going well. And like we say, Shesko as well. Doing nout. Matty, look, he needs some kib. Get kegerator on the babysitting mode. I could do some kick, to be fair. The Ben's 2 weeks old the day. Kicking off the day. So could definitely do with some more kip, to be fair. But yeah, get the babysitters involved. But she enjoyed the night. We won the sofa, me watching the match tonight. And she's fast to kip now, thankfully. So that'll be good. Good stuff. Hopefully tonight is we'll get some good kip there. Miss Magpie, subscribe, people, road to 50k. Absolutely. Thank you. We are on the road to 50k. What are we on now? 40. I don't even know what we're on. 48.6, something like that. So if you could subscribe, if you haven't already. 600 people watching live. There'll be people watching live, people that watch all the videos. And for some reason, don't subscribe. It's quick. It's free. It's easy. Just hit subscribe and hit like. And hopefully we'll hit that 50,000 subscriber mark very soon. Gordon for man of the match as well. Someone saying there. Great comment we had. Superb game. Looking forward to season now. Keep it up, Matty. Doing a superb job. Thanks, John, for that one. Appreciate it, mate. Robert, nice one. Love to see that. Watching the game with my 4-year-old. Smiled at every goal we scored. Nice. Love to see it. Hope things are going well there. Benfica, huge winnable game. Certainly is. Certainly is. I mean, these are the games, right, where you look at it, and I thought USG, as I mentioned, would be tough tonight. We made light work of it. But getting these wins against your USGs, your Benficas, your PSVs, them will sort of take care of themselves. You hope to see us progress to the next round in this new format, where you don't have to worry as much with the last time when it was the group of death and stuff. So, we're on course, yeah. We're looking good. Barca was always going to be a tough ask. I thought we did really well. It was 2 Rashford screamers and probably the wrong team selection that cost us. So it is what it is. But it starts now, and hopefully the season starts now. Hopefully that front three is cemented with Erlanger, Voltamala, Gordon. They get used to each other. They get playing together. It's very harsh on Jacob Murphy, who's been brilliant with his assists. And there's plenty of chance for them to rotate, though, with the amount of games there is this year. When we come back from the international break, we've got Spurs in the Carabao as well. You've got your Benfica in the Champions League. So there's enough matches for people to be happy with enough of the minutes they'll get. But, you know, like I said earlier, that's what you'd arguably suggest is our strongest team. Midfield, of course, centre backs, if you go new rather than old, and Botman and Chow over Burn and Share. And then obviously with the front three as well, Alanga over Murphy. And if we can keep seeing Voldemort start games, get his fitness levels up, then we are laughing alongside Gordon, who was back amongst the goals tonight with a nice brace. Mark says Gordon had an excellent game. He did. He was due one, to be fair. Now. He was really due one. He was definitely due one. Like, you know, we wanted to see that for a while now. And I'd been disappointed with Gordon. I called him out after the defeat against Arsenal, saying, where was he? You know what I mean? We haven't seen enough from him. Well, right now, we did see a lot of him tonight. Once he got that first goal, I think it gave him the confidence. And I think he kicked on nicely. Tom just subscribed, seeing you and Robbie and Sunday in Park. Real nice one, mate. Yeah, Robbie, you can see the vlog was with us on Sunday, which was great until bloody stoppage time on it. But nice one, mate. Cheers for that. Cheers for subscribing. Aaron, hope the little one has been keeping you up too late, Matty. I'd be lying if I said she wasn't. She was actually all right, you know, a few days ago, but the last couple of days have been a lot more difficult in the old fatigue section. 542 watching, only 134 likes. Thanks to KK for pointing that out. Hit the like button, people. Over 500 people watching. You can hit like. Nice, quick, and easy. Does the job. Happy days. Everyone goes home happy. Everyone can have a nice night. Everyone can have a nice night. We are having a nice night, aren't we? We beat USG 4-0 in the Champions League. Our biggest win ever in the competition. Sets us up nicely for that tie at home to Benfica in a couple of weeks' time for Mourinho's Portuguese outfit. But all eyes on Sunday now. Forest at home. We'll be back later in the week with a preview for that game. Any Newcastle United news that's breaking, we'll have it here first on the channel, people. So please do subscribe if you haven't already. Drop a like and enjoy yourself.